The first picture that I choose is Japanese food. Japanese food is a fusion of traditional food called wasoku, and ingredients and cooking techniques combined with other countries. This has resulted in a wide variety of dishes that develop in response to cultural and generational changes in Japan. The reason that I choose Japanese food as one of the representatives of Japan is that the first impression of Japan in large abundance of overseas people is Japanese food, such as sushi, sashimi, ramen. Why is that? Nowadays, a lot of Japanese restaurants have opened around the world. The expansion of Japanese restaurants could arouse the awareness and interest of overseas people about Japan. Lots of overseas people like eating Japanese food, which encourage them to develop an understanding about Japan in different aspects. Another reason that I chose this picture is that Japanese food could present Japanese culture and attitude. Some obvious characteristics of Japanese food are pretty, delicious, fresh, and clean. Japanese food is emphasized on aesthetics and presentation. Dishes are served with the belief that eating begins with the eye and that the more beautiful the presentation of food, the tastier it is. Serving platters are picked carefully in order to emphasize the color, shape, and texture of the food they hold. In light of this, we can understand that the Japanese has a high standard requirement in food quality and presentation. Japanese also always keep respectful attitude of food. Moreover, Japanese believe in creating food according to the season. Japanese like to use the ingredients that are ripe and prime in the current season which they are cooking. For instance, they highlight bamboo shoots in the spring and chestnuts in the fall because those are the items that are most apparent in those specific seasons. We can understand that Japanese believe that food in a current season is the most delicious and the more nutritious. The second image that I choose is about Japanese architecture. The Japanese architecture has a long development history. The design of Japanese architecture is well known around the world. At the early stage, Japanese architecture were influenced by the Chinese architecture style by the importing of Buddhism into Japan. The reason that I choose Japanese architecture as one of the representatives of Japan is that the design of Japanese architecture is very attractive. Japanese architecture involves a lot of elements, such as special, technical, pretty, and simple. Japan has an interesting variety of buildings that exhibit different architectural forms, from humble farmhouses to grand imperial palace. Architectural styles have evolved from prehistoric to modern times. Early native designs were exposed to strong influences from the Asian mainland. Imported styles were subsequently adapted to suit local tastes. After the Meiji Restoration, more overseas people were moving into Japan. Therefore, more and more Western architectural styles and techniques were introduced to Japanese society. More Japanese architects start to learn Western knowledge, also influenced by Western design. For example, the design of Tokyo Tower is similar to the Eiffel Tower in Paris. The Tokyo Tower became the symbol of Japan. The other reason that I choose Japanese architecture to present Japan is that the culture of Japanese architecture is unique. On one hand, Japanese architecture concerned about the maintenance of traditional Japanese culture. On the other hand, it also adapts the foreign design culture. Japanese architects concern the balance between the West and the East architecture style in Japanese architectures. Japanese architecture also concerns the relationship between human being and nature environment. The use of color in design is simple, plain, and elegant. This kind of design is likely related to the religions of Zen in Japan.